Hi, Love You Crew. Beth here with your yoga today. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Let's go ahead and hop onto the mat. We will start in that easy seat position. So we just kind of climb down here and move around on the sit bones. Think about elongating the spine. Inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ears. Exhale, bring them back. Feel free to close your eyes and bring those shoulders back. Do as many or as few as you would like. And just see if you can let the day go. Inhale, exhale, and gently release. Go ahead and wiggle around a little bit more in those sit bones. Let's take an ear to a shoulder, nice and gentle. Roll the chin towards the chest and roll the opposite ear right over to the other shoulder and take it on down and around. As fast, as slow, that feels good for you. Whatever works best for you today. Take this next 30 minutes and just be there for you. Breathe and let everything go. And gently release. I will meet you center. Let's take opposite shoulder towards opposite knee. Bending through the side body, long spine. Inhale, come center. Exhale, other shoulder to knee. And inhale, lift. And drop it again, shoulder to knee. Right through that side body. Into the hip maybe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, other side. And inhale, lift. Let's inhale those arms high. We'll exhale, take a gentle twist to the side. Inhaling those arms high. And gentle twist to the other side. Inhale, lift. One more time, twist. Inhale, lift. And we twist to that opposite side. Inhale, lift, coming center. Let's go into cow face. We haven't done that for a while. So we'll pick a knee, any knee, and we're just gonna place one knee on top of the other. Now, if this doesn't work for you and you're a little wider, that's cool, no worries. Long spine here. You're gonna feel maybe a little bit of a stretch in one of those hips, depending on which one is feeling more flexible today. We're gonna inhale, lift those hands. One hand stays high as the other hand comes down and around. Think about itching the center of your back, and that extended hand comes back down to kind of reach it. And if your fingers touch, excellent. If your fingers don't touch, excellent. No worries, but really stretching here. The hip, the legs, through the chest, through the arms. Gently unwind those hands. Inhale, lift. And exhale, take those hands down. Let's just go ahead and switch our cow face legs. So whichever one was on top, we're gonna put it on the bottom. Nothing fancy, just switching it over. And again, if you're wider, doesn't matter. It's not about being perfect. Inhale, lift. Just a little progress, just a little movement, just a little time for you. And with our extended hands, we exhale, bring one hand behind. Inhale, exhale, bring that one that's up. We reach towards the center. And if you feel like, oh, I'm more bendy on one side than the other, you're normal. It's all good. And gently with that breath, unwind those hands. Bring it down to heart center. Take those legs out forward and right in front of you. Take one knee, bring it in towards the body. Give it a little hug if you would like with your hands. You certainly don't have to. And from here, we're going to take that opposite elbow to the outside of the knee as much as you possibly can. Okay, okay? We're gonna bend through the shoulders, elongate the spine, and that other hand is gonna help support the back. As we breathe through this stretch, side body back, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Gently, with the support of your hands, come forward. Extend that knee that is bent. Inhale, lift those hands high. Exhale, seated forward fold. Backs of the legs. Think about elongating the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down. We take that other knee into the chest. Feel free to give it a hug. Elongate through the spine. Opposite elbow outside of the knee, or as close as you can get. Maybe it's not the outside of the knee. Maybe you have to hold it. That's okay too. And when you open, that other hand supports your body behind. Elongating through the spine, however it works for you. Shoulders are down, feeling that stretch. Gently unwind that upper body and extend the leg. Inhale, lift the hands high. Exhale, seated forward fold. Inhale, lift the hands high. And exhale, seated forward fold. How about one more? Inhale, lift the hands high. Shoulders are down. Extend through the back, nice and long. Hinge at the hips and see how straight you can keep your back. Maybe you can't go very far if you really concentrate on it, and that's okay too. Maybe you can go a little further. Oh, feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Inhale, lift one, you're ready. Exhale, hands come down. And let's hop over to tabletop. So you bring those knees under the hips. We go right into some cat and cows. Inhale, lift. Inhale, exhale here. Drop the belly. Inhale, exhale. Spending a little time in that cat, a little time in that cow. Now with your breath, we exhale to come up to cat. And we inhale and we go to cow. Opening and lengthening. Couple more. If you want to do even more than a couple, you are welcome to. All right, let's move around in our tabletop when you're ready. Just kind of move around, feel comfortable in this position. Whatever you need to do, check out those wrists, make sure there's not too much pressure. We are going to work on waving down, so we're going to bring our back and our belly in. The back comes to the ceiling. And then with whatever movement you decide feels good for you, we're going to roll forward. Elbows come in towards the rib cage. I'm going to slide those legs back a little bit and come right to cobra. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring the butt up. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the rib cage and the belly, and bring the butt right down to the heels. We've got child's pose. Extending through the arms, dropping the shoulders down, lengthening through the spine. And breathe. From child's pose, let's roll however you like to roll. Okay, the best that you can do to that cobra. So we're just gonna roll up, hold the belly up, and then when you're ready, the belly comes down, shoulders away from ears, squeeze the butt. Give your lower back support by squeezing your butt. And then bring those hips back, belly comes to the ceiling, shoulders come down, and we take that butt down to the heels. Child's pose. Now if this feels good for you and you want to kind of flow through it, I encourage you to flow through it. Just bringing your hips up, your back up, dropping your belly, go into cobra. Hips up, belly up, back up. Dropping down. How about one more? I'm going slow. If you want to go quicker and get a few more in, go right ahead. And lift. And back to that child's pose. From child's pose, let's go ahead into that tabletop position again. Wiggle around in that tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes under and go to that downward dog. Push the hips up. Think about those heels. They can drop towards the mat. They can stay up. What works best for you? Move around a little bit. Move your knees around a little bit. Just breathe. When you're ready, let's go to three-legged dog. That means we're just going to lift a leg, any leg you would like, up to the sky. If you want to take a hip opener here, we just open the hip. If it does not feel good to you, do not feel obligated to do it. You can stay right in three-legged dog. From here, let's take that knee that's lifted right towards our nose. We have to kind of come forward a little bit. And then we're going to take that foot that's in the air and place it in between the thumbs. Nice. Now we've got one heel up. We've got the foot in between the thumbs. We're going to place that back heel down. And then we're going to bring our core in, squeeze the belly, and lift the arms to that warrior one position. Nice. Think about those arms being active and the shoulder dropping. Hips are nice and centered forward. From here, let's drop those hands back down to frame that foot. Let's go ahead and take that back heel, lift it, pivot on those toes, and then drop that back knee right on down. We're going to take the knee that's by our chest in between our hands, that foot, meet that back foot. Now options, stay on your knees. Other options, pop it up into a full plank position. Totally up to you. Knees are just as good. Bring those elbows in, slowly lower down, and chaturanga. Tuck the toes, come up to downward dog, and give yourself a little movement. And breathe. When you're ready, take that three-legged dog. Hip opener option. Again, just an option. Take that foot that is lifted, bring it right in between the thumbs. Now we're going to take that back heel, drop it to the mat, lift the front body. Oh, we've got a warrior one going on. Whoop, whoop. Inhale, exhale. Taking those hands, framing the foot. Nice. Taking that back heel, pivoting it up so that it's nice enough where we started. Taking that back knee, bringing it right down to the mat, or you can just go ahead and take that foot and match it. So the first time I went to my knee. This time I'm just showing you what it would look like just to go right to that plank position. Knees down, totally fine. And chaturanga, we're going to lower down, elbows come in. You can scoop it. Tops of feet to the mat, we're in that cobra. Tuck the toes, back to downward dog. Wiggle around in a downward dog. We can jump, hop, or step our feet towards our hands. Up to you how you would like to do it. Knee bend, totally fine. And feel free to move around in this position. Feel free to grab the elbows, opposite hand, opposite elbow, and a little ragdoll. Think about elongating that spine. And if your knees are too locked out and then you're kind of like arched, bend the knees. I'd rather that your back is nice and straight than having an arch in your back. but definitely go with what feels good for your body right now. Doesn't work, don't worry about it. Progress, never perfection. Release those hands right down to the mat. And from here, let's inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway lift. So we're going to take our hands either above the knees or maybe on our shins there, and we flatten the back as much as we possibly can. Shoulders are away from ear, back is flat. Feel the stretch right through the hamstrings. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift high. And let's go to chair. We're going to sit our bottom down. Butt is back. Knees in alignment with those ankles. If you feel like you're forward or backwards, definitely adjust. You don't have to go very high to get the great feeling and the great strength in those quads. Hands wherever you like them to be. I'm a fan of heart center. But if you want them straight, make them straight. Stay there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And inhale all the way up. And exhale, bring those hands down. I'm going to turn just so you can see. You stay right where you are. I just feel weird like looking off into, the wall. We're going to take that one-legged yoga stance. So grab a foot, any foot, or a knee. It's up to you. I'm going to grab my knee and settle in. Now, if this does not work for you, don't worry about it. Maybe you can just put a toe. Okay? Whatever you need. You need a chair next to you. You need to grab the wall. Go for it. It's just a really good core work. Working the core, working those balance centers. From here, we're going to take our leg that we're kind of hanging on to, that's in that single leg stance, and we're going to kick it to the back. Nice and gentle. Go ahead and keep your balance however you want. Hands where you need them to be. Okay, really working the core here. We're just going to kick it back, point the toes down to the ground. Think about elongating through the spine. Lots of power through that standing leg. From here, let's bring that knee back in, nice and gentle. And if the toe goes to the floor, it goes to the floor. Come back to wherever you started. Gently release. Let's put that foot down. Nice, and let's take the other side. Feel grounded wherever you are. Knee comes up. You can hug the knee. You don't have to. Or maybe it's just a toe tap in the front. That works as well. Again, doesn't matter what your hands are doing. They could be balancing, they could be hanging onto the wall. We are working the core, bringing the belly in, standing on one foot. When you are ready, that foot in the front goes to the back. When you get it back there, those toes, just flex that foot so the toes are towards the ground. And breathe. Doing awesome. Go ahead and bring that foot back to that single leg stance. Gently, gently release, bringing it down. Inhale, lift those hands when you're ready. Exhale, sit it right down into chair pose again. Nice. Now, whenever you're in chair as well, I know we've talked about the knees and the butt going back, but always check the knees in alignment too. If they're pushing in, try to get them out. If they're too far out, We want them just in a nice straight line if possible, at least for this pose. Hands can be up, hands can be down, whatever you like the best. If you've got a lot of stuff to do with your shoulders, you might want to give your shoulders a break and stay in chair. We're going to inhale here with an exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Stick it down to chair. And breathe. Nice. With an inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. One more time, stick that chair. Breathe. Think about that inhale, and with your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale to Tadasana. So remember, that's our mountain pose. I like to stand a little tiny bit wider, move my feet. I'm gonna power through, pushing the shoulders down, bringing the pelvis in, powering through the toes, all the way up the legs and flexing everything. And from Tadasana, we release, inhale, lift. Let's go down to chair. Nice. With that next exhale, after that big inhale, forward fold. Hang out in forward fold just for a minute. Feel free to wiggle the hips around a little bit if it feels good. Check out that spine. Is it flat? If it's not, bring those knees into the chest. Support that back until it's ready. Inhale, lift. And exhale those arms down. We're going to step wide. Toes, 45-degree angle if you can, if it feels good for you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, wide forward fold. Bend the knees, totally fine. If you can't reach the floor, don't worry about it. Think about that long back. And from here, let's go ahead and walk those hands or travel those hands over to one foot. Maybe that knee on the opposite side straightens a little bit. Really feel elongation in one leg. Nice stretch. Walking the hands or traveling the hands to the other side. We've done these low before. We're just doing the high ones today. Go ahead and walk the hands over to one side again. If you want to get low, definitely get low. Go ahead and walk it to the other side. And when you're ready, we are going to walk center. Now, a little challenge here. Ground those feet into the mat. Go ahead and flatten that back as much as you can. We're going to bring those elbows right into the inner thighs above the knees. We can come to that heart center pose. Then we're going to lower that bottom down as much as you can. Strengthening and lengthening through the back. Hands will go ahead and come right down to the mat. And however you would like to, let's go back onto the mat. Whether that is dropping that butt down all the way or just easing down. Going into that pose where our knees are together and our butt is right on the heels. So I know we've done the one where our heels are out. Let's think about being the heels staying in. Inhale, lift. And exhale, twist. And twist a little bit more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. One more, we're going to change it up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. We're going to take those hands, reach behind, and reach as close to the toes as you possibly can. Shoulders are going to come down. Chest is going to open. I'm going to turn just in case you're looking at me, which hopefully you're not. But just in case. So I'm taking my hands as close to my feet, opening the chest. I'm going to take a hand, anyone that you would like. And we're going to lift with the quads and bring that hand up and around and back over. Okay? So go ahead, bring one hand up and back over. Let's try the other side. And now alternate once. And reverse. Now think about those hands right towards those toes. And that's going to be our goal, to reach towards those toes. We're going to lift up with our beautiful strong quads. And we're going to reach those hands back towards the toes as much as you can. So this is our camel. It is not easy. If you want to do camels just like this, go for it. So if you want your butt on your heels, shoulders are down, opening the chest, no pressure on the quads, that works for me. Our goal eventually, if it works for you of course, our goal eventually is full camel. Gently, gently release wherever you're at. Inhale, lift those hands high. Exhale, we're going to go into child's pose. Inhale, lift those hands. Legs come up or legs don't come up. It's up to you. Think about that camel. Inhale, lift. Child's pose. Inhale, think about your camel. How would you like your camel to look? Breathe. And child's pose. So many pathways to get there. Just go what feels good for you. And you will get there. It's your pathway. No one else's. Gently, gently bring those hands underneath the armpits. We're going to go ahead back into the tabletop position. Wiggle around in tabletop. Let's go ahead and take a knee in between the thumbs. Slide back that back leg if it works for you. If not, you can bend it. That's just as good. From here, lots and lots of options. You can stay right here. You can decide to grab that back foot. And just breathe into the stretch. If you've grabbed that back foot, go ahead and release it. From here, let's tuck the back toe, lift the back leg, and go ahead and take that knee that's in between the thumbs and bring it back. Knees can be down, no worries here. And we're just going to go ahead and switch. The other knee comes in between the thumbs. Going to drop that back foot down. Option is that bend, and you just stay right here. If you're straight and you want a tiny bit more, reach back, see if you can get that lovely, lovely foot. If you want a little more, you can push into that arm. Breathe. If you have that foot, go ahead and release. Remember your options here. Plenty of options. We're going to tuck the back foot. We're going to lift the back knee. using the power of our core, and then we take that knee that's in between the thumbs and we just take it by its friend. Knees can come down, no problem. Let's go ahead and put those knees down, going back into cobra. Feet, tops of the feet, grab to the mat. From cobra, let's push our butt back into child's pose. And from child's pose, let's go to that easy seat, however you would like to. Let's wiggle around in that easy seat just for a second. Inhale, lift those hands. Coming to heart center. The light in me truly honors the light in you. I am so glad that you came today. I hope you had fun. Definitely let me know what you would like to work on. We'll do it. Have a great rest of your week. Namaste.